Okay, so I'm going to show you a shoulder saver routine that we've got. This is 8 different movements, more than 8 because there's a couple different ones built within, more like 10 or 12 movements here. But this is kind of a well-rounded, structured program to kind of keep your shoulders healthy and safe. If you just do bench press, or you just do shoulder press, or you just do some of the main other bigger movements like clean and jerk or push press or some other things, it can leave some areas lacking. So you want to make sure you're focusing on some of the small muscle groups too, which is what a lot of this handles. Minimal equipment needed. You need some bands, some lightweight weight plates or weights of some type, 5 pounds at the most, really. And there's a lot of variations you can do if you don't have some of that equipment where you can modify or adjust some things. But something that can easily be done at home if you've got 2 different bands and if you've got a light weight plate. So I'm going to show you these real quick going down. So a side lying external rotation. I've got this pink dyna disc here. I'm going to put it under my elbow. It helps target the rotator cuff a little bit more intensely. You don't have to have this. You can go without this, but the best thing to do on the external rotation is to go nice and slow motion down, slow motion up, and then pause. So you're going to go nice and controlled, trying to keep your arm at 90 degrees the entire time you go. So if I'm watching from a side angle, I'm trying to go straight down, all the way down as low as possible, then straight back up. If I'm looking exactly from the side, I'm going to want to try to stay at 90 degrees as much as possible as I'm going nice and slow motion. In the green, you'll see 2 to 3 sets, 10 to 15 reps with a pause. Slow motion and pausing is very helpful when you're doing these exercises. So it doesn't take a lot of weight. That's a 5-pound weight plate. Straight arm pull down. So now I got my bands hooked up over here. I've got them hooked up on our squat rack, but you can hook them up any way you need to. Bands, cables, anything really. Straight arms, so locking the arms out, engaging your abs, straight down, then nice and controlled all the way back up. Try not to shrug when you're down here. Don't shrug. Tuck down and back, good posture, nice and controlled. Then all the way back up. So if I'm showing you that from a front angle, here's what it looks like. So you've got your core engaged, shoulder blades tucked down and back, pulling straight down, and then nice and controlled all the way back up, almost like you're making a V or a Y angle there. Okay? X-band pull down, very similar, but you're going to cross the bands and go more of an X at the bottom. Instead of more of a Y at the top, you're going to go more of an X at the bottom. So I'll show you the other angle in a second. But you'll grip your bands in a cross pattern, straight down, slow motion, nice and controlled all the way back up. So we've got our bands up here, same band attachment, same setup. Kneeling. Remember, it's very important that on all these, abs engaged, glutes engaged, so you're nice and straight here. Shoulder blades tucked down and back. That's important for all these exercises on the board here. Those are 2 very important positions. So I've got everything engaged, down nice and controlled, coming back up nice and controlled. Notice you can go down a little faster on these, but you've got to pause, and you've got to control it back up. Okay, those are important details. So it takes care of the first 3. Banded pull and rotate, that's another rotation, like a rotator cuff exercise. I've got the really thin bands tied on. So that was a light band, that's our red band that we have here. Now I've got the thinnest bands we've got for this next exercise. Again, I'll show you kneeling down, but it can be done standing. So it's exactly like it sounds. Pull, then rotate, and then undo the motion. Pull and rotate, nice and smooth. Okay, so if I show you from this angle again, tuck down, it's just a nice smooth pull and rotate. Okay, so that's that one. One arm row. I've got more of a medium thickness band, or a thick orange band that's tighter for that. So I'll go in more of a half kneeling position for this, but you can go standing. It could be cable, it could be dumbbell, whatever resistance you've got available. But same thing, posture, core, everything locked in. Control, good squeeze, and then all the way back. Trying to get nice, smooth motion with a pause. Again, slow motion. So the row, more of your bigger muscle groups, your back muscles, you can add a little more resistance on that versus some of these other ones. Full can. So again, I've got my 5-pound weight plates. I'm going to show you this kneeling down. You can also do a standing. Very similar to what we did with the red bands of that Y motion where you're pulling down, but now we're raising up instead. Nice and smooth. Shoulder blades locked in. Thumbs up. Notice I'm only barely going above my shoulders, and that's as high as I go. Showing you from the side angle here. Same concept, barely going above the shoulders. Again, this can be done standing or kneeling like what I'm doing now. Okay, now the next one, the YTA. it's helpful if you've got a bench that you can lay on for this. So I'm going to show you these real quick. It's just like it sounds, okay? The Y is out in front, the T is straight out to the side, and then the A is down below. So if you're looking at an overview, it looks like your body's making a Y, a T, and an A. So that's why we call it that, obviously. So just in case you didn't know that. But laying down on the bench, trying to go nice and controlled with your body, up, then back down. That's the Y, okay? Elbows need to be locked out. With the T, coming out to the side, straight out to the side. Okay, palms are facing the ground. With the A, you can either go palms facing you, which would be neutral, or you can go palms facing the ceiling. Either one of those doesn't matter, but you want to have a little bit of space between where your body is and where the weights are, okay? Now, with the bench I've got here, there's not a lot of space between me and the ground, so I can't really get full range of motion. What we do here with our teams typically is we'll build these benches up a little higher. Use whatever you've got available. Even if you have to do a slight incline bench, it's not exactly the same angle, but you'll get the gist out of it at least. So that's the Y's, the T's, and the A's, okay? So if you were to look at me from an overhead view, what you would have seen right there is the Y motion up here, okay? The T motion to the side, and the A motion down here. All right, the last one, diagonal pull apart. It's kind of a combination of a lot of the ones we've done. Okay, again, I'm going to show you this kneeling so you can see, but this can be done standing. So with anytime we do diagonal pull aparts, you got to remember one palm is palm up, the other one's palm down. Whatever arm is up higher, that's the one that's going to be palms up. I tell our guys, whatever side is higher, that's the way your thumbs are going to point. Okay, so core engaged, shoulder blades tucked down, all the way here, nice and smooth. Both arms together, one going up, one going down. So now you're working on some of the same patterns we've done of that A motion or that Y motion. Now you're doing one of each. So we'll go 10 to 15 reps each side. Don't forget to do the opposite side with that. So that's a lot of different stuff there. Shoulder saver routine, very helpful. If you're not doing these exercises built in, you need to include these in your workouts at some point during the week. If you feel like you've got bad shoulders, very important to throw this in there as extra work throughout the time. So let me know if you have any questions like always.